Hi, and welcome to our first level 2 probability video. In this video, we're going to introduce normal distribution. The normal distribution is a distribution used in mathematics to model many applications. The normal distribution curve is a symmetrical bell-shaped curve and has a single peak at the exact center of the distribution, right in the middle. Now, the mean, median, and mode of the distribution are all equal. Because we're going to take such a large sample of values, which we'll show you what we mean by shortly, that the mean, median, and mode are all going to be the same value. And they're located at the center point at this peak. Now, because of this, we're just going to use the mean in calculations. Now, the mean has this funny looking symbol, looks a bit like a U actually, but it is a M and it is the Greek letter mu. Right, now half the area under the curve is above the mean and the other half is below the mean. Let's show you what we mean by a large enough sample. Here's a sample of heights of people, and we took 10 people. We sampled 10 people and got their heights. Now, when we got to 30 people, we can see a slightly better picture. Now, 30 is normally the number we ask you to take in statistics investigation at school. If we go beyond 30 and take a sample of 50, the picture looks slightly better. Now, by the time we get to samples of 200, or even go all the way to samples of 1,000, the picture of what's going on looks much clearer. And we can start to see that it is looking like a normal distribution curve, with most of the people's heights are in the middle, and a few on the right and a few on the left. So this is a normal distribution curve with the mean in the middle. Now, normal distribution curves are used to model all sorts of examples. The one at the top are to do with heights, men and women side by side. The one on the right is probability or proportion of hits when we toss a coin. And the one on the bottom left is a normal distribution curve based on the intelligence quotient, or people say IQ. All right, now we're going to talk about this thing called the standard deviation. And the standard deviation is used in normal distribution calculations. Now, the standard deviation is a more comprehensive way to measure the spread of the data, as opposed to the range or interquartile range that you've used so far. Standard deviation has this funny symbol. It's like a circle with a little flick at the top, and it's named after the Greek letter sigma. Let's show you what the standard deviation does to a set of data. Here's a set of data, normal distribution, that has a standard deviation of 1. Now, as the standard deviation gets larger, you can see that the data gets spread out more, and as the data gets spread out, the peak drops. So you can see that the smaller the standard deviation is, the more clumped up together the data is, and the peak is higher. And the larger the standard deviation, the wider the data, the more spread out the data is, and therefore the peak is not so tall. Right, so we talked about the mean and we talked about the standard deviation. In the next video, we'll show you how we use these to solve some normal distribution problems. Thanks for watching.